Come into the room, family. Come into the room. I am the H-Town vet, and I would like to welcome you to this live stream, a place where we will discuss a variety of benefits available to veterans, active duty members, and their dependents. Family, we have some news that we want to get out, and we really appreciate you showing up on this impromptu live stream. Give us a moment to check our sound. Family, as you come into the room, let us know that you are here. We want to thank you. We have Dogface Soldier in the house. I'll be the first to say, love all the vets and love you, my brother. Love to you, my brother. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I love my family. Y'all part of my family. I don't love these benefits more than I love y'all. I don't love this more than I love you. I'm saying this with my chest. You understand? Thank you, my brother. Then we have our brother Charleston coming in, and we thank him. He said, evening, H-Town. I guess you got to get off your chest something. Yes, indeed. You know me. See, I told you me and Charleston think alike. Y'all thought I was making it up. Hi, Dogface Soldier. Now, I haven't even talked to Charleston. Ain't that something? Did you hear what I just said? I haven't even talked to Charleston, and he knows what's going on. Yeah, he knows what's going on. Let me tell y'all something, family. Since Senator Tuberfield was a coach, one thing we don't need to do is Monday morning quarterbacking. Okay, family? H-Town gonna tell you what it is before it starts. You understand? I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna play out. Now, I don't know all the techniques, the moves, or the plays, but I know the ultimate goal to get into that end zone. And that end zone includes ripping us of our VA disability benefits and most of our benefits in general. Okay? Been telling y'all, ain't no war no more. They've been wanting to do this for a long time. Now people are coming out and saying it. You understand? Yes, indeed. So H-Town, y'all say, some people might say, H-Town, why you keep showing these slides? Why you keep doing this here? He say, vent H-Town. Yes, we gonna get it out. We gonna vent with a purpose. Dogface Soldier, H-Town got the latest and the greatest news breaking. Yes, and the news is, hey, I told them so. I've been saying it when everybody else was ignoring it. Now everybody want to join the bandwagon. You understand? Let's get to it, family. We thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We're going to get right into this. Okay? Let's talk about it. Yes, we do have a 5-day subscription wait. You have to be subscribed for 5 days if you like to interact in the live chat. That rule would not be changing, because the only thing I can do other than that is you not be subscribed at all. No, we don't want trolls coming in here that don't want to subscribe, or if you really enjoy the channel, either sit back and listen or subscribe and you can chat. And we're going to talk more about that. This keeps down the trolling issues. And people in the past have tried to control the way I run my channel. I would never go to anyone else's platform and tell them what to do there. Okay? We're trying to keep down trolling issues. And when they come, Nobody else got to deal with them but me. Now, families, this information is informative. Please smash that like button. We appreciate y'all for joining us. Now we're about to get on topic, family, because we don't plan on keeping you long enough to get to the point. And the topic for tonight is, our topic is we're going to be talking about ranking veterans. This thumbnail should be familiar because I did a live stream on this. Oh, how long ago did I do a live stream? 8 months ago? 8 months ago, H-Town did a live stream on this topic. Did you hear what I said? If you think I'm making it up, this is before any of this went down. H-Town was breaking it down. Okay? If you think H-Town making it up, I'm gonna ask you this here. What do you see right there? Okay? Are all veterans equal? You say H-Town? Nah, I don't see it, H-Town. Nah, I don't see it because H-Town, I don't see it because I don't see that. All right, now the topic for tonight, months ago, and we're going to get back into what we're. Bam, there we go, right there. Let me take, so I'm not confusing. Let me take myself off the screen. There I go, 8 months ago, talking about this. Them ranking veterans, putting them in, giving different status to different veterans. And I saw it coming. They were doing it for a purpose. Remember, H-Town, why was this troubling to H-Town? Well, you see the status. H-Town is a kind of on the second row, a combat veteran, but that don't mean nothing. You hear me? That don't mean anything. Because they pick and choose who they want. Go back. You see that? I'm telling you, this was how many months ago? Look at it. 8 months ago. 8 months ago, we talked about this. Y'all think I just be talking about this for my health, huh? No, family. I talk about it so we can be prepared. Unprepared means unsafe. Didn't H-Town tell you that? So now let's get back to what we're talking about here. H-Town told you back then that they want to rank veterans. They want to rank veterans first. They want to put on the top special forces, whether it be snipers, in particular, special forces such as the Navy SEALs, things like that, elite units. Then they want to rank combat veterans. Did H-Town not tell you this? Then the military officers. What is GAID? Come on, family. Oh, hold on. Let's start out. Special forces. Ryan, who? Sean Ryan, right? Talking about he was a badass. He blew stuff up. Remember that in that interview he did with Secretary of VA Doug Collins? Then combat veterans. A lot of them now, we got all these so-called combat veterans, right? And officers. Who falls under that category? Would that be Lieutenant Colonel Gade? He's a combat vet and an officer, but nowhere do you see him talking about female veterans. Nowhere do you see him talking about non-combat veterans. Nowhere do you see him talking about black veterans unless they have him acting like a maniac. Remember the guy I showed you? Yeah, I killed as many as I could. You got to talk like you got rabies if you're a black combat veteran. Excuse me? Oh, they gonna tell it tonight, family. Listen to what Brother Charleston say. Navy SEAL Sean Ryan gave it away with Pastor Dougie's interview with tinnitus. What did he say about tinnitus? What is this? I got to take a test. Remember they was telling them he had to be take. Look, I'm a Navy SEAL. I blow stuff up. Huh? Because remember, he worked for the CIA. He's connected to the government. He don't identify. He's another one that did not identify as a veteran. He identifies as a former Navy SEAL. Huh? Was H-Town making this stuff up? Let's talk about it. Now, family, the question is a VIP pass for a VA disability that's based on a veteran's MOS, combat status, or pay grade legal? Is it legal, fam? Come on, let's talk about it. The fake news. So to credentialize those groups, you have to tear down the average honorably discharged veterans, because almost all the veterans that receive VA disability compensation are honorably discharged. Some have general under honorable conditions, and there may be a few special situations where veterans will, receive VA disability but don't have an honorable discharge. Okay. So they went in attacking those of us that don't run around with medals on our chest. We just regular veterans trying to live reintegrate back into society, dealing with our VA disabilities and limitations, work limitations, right? But Washington Post put out a hit piece, clickbait, put out several of them. I'm going somewhere with this. I know we talked about it last night. And all of the first 3 hit pieces, we ain't hear nothing from Pastor Dougie. But when they attacked him directly in his role in the Trump administration, and this lady, Lisa Rain, she did many of the articles on the hit piece. Guess what? He spoke up then. Let's talk about it. Charleston say tinnitus isn't noise exposure, it's duration of high decibel levels. Yes, indeed, or TBI. And I learned something about that, me being in a tank. The fact that we were right next to the artillery, and I have to be honest, that was only one time, but that thing was so loud next to us, and I'm in a tank. So for me to be inside a tank and an artillery gun next to me, those howitzers, I forget what guns they were. It was the biggest one. And we had to protect them because they can't protect themselves directly. But we can, because we can shoot close up. So we're protecting them, one on each side of them, while they bomb the enemy from afar. So it's possibility that, some of the things I have might be related or may be related to that continuous exposure, TBI, from those high decibels. So our concern is, we as disabled veterans, nobody's talking to us, nobody want to hear from us, but we handling this business. The problem is when we get the opportunity to speak, you gotta say the right things. We have a saying in the Black community: if you want to know what a Black person think, have a white person ask them, because they're not gonna lie to white mommy and white dad. They'll chuck and jive with me. But whatever they really think, if a white person asks them, it's like truth serum. That's the same thing with these so-called veterans. When they have somebody that has some type of status or power or in government, they'll be rooting for us. Yeah. But as soon as somebody on a higher level speaks, then they're going to start sitting back and listening to them or going along with what they're saying. That is a fatal mistake, fam. Okay? We, as disabled veterans, they put us in a jar. Everybody telling me, anybody want to talk? Well, we can't talk because you got us sidelined. And I told you that hearing was the most significant thing, where they talking about, Senator Tuberville talked about putting veterans first. Putting veterans in the gutter was he talking about. Putting veterans first is the current VA disability system keeping its promise. Well, what was the promise? They never talked about the promise. They talked about gutting the PACT Act and VA compensation because of the monetary benefits being paid out. Huh? We broke that down last time. They had hidden motives, fam. Oh, look at this man here. Senator Tuberville. Senator Tuberville. Now, the average disabled veteran, fam, I want y'all to listen to me. Disabled veteran rated 90%. If you break it down, what they receive per day, that'll be $78.75 per day. Really, it's $78.74.3, but I rounded it up. But Senator Tuberville per day, that ain't nothing to him. Just for his meal stipend, right? He gets $79. Huh? Did you hear me? 25% more than a veteran that's rated 90%. But it could be more than that. That's on the low end. It can be between $79 and $91. Did you hear what I said? $92, I'm sorry. Huh? And they get monies for dry cleaning. Oh, we're going to watch when we do the live stream on this. We're going to slow walk this thing. We're going to show you what they're getting in Congress. We're going to talk about those congressmen and senators out there talking greasy, going from podcast to podcast, talking about veterans. You ain't a combat veteran, you shouldn't get nothing. They not going to give me nothing because I'm not a Sambo black person. So even though I'm a combat veteran, that don't mean nothing. I ain't going to be no Sambo, no shine. You understand? They don't want me. They going to want people, whether they black, white, or green, that's towing the water for them. So don't get tricked. Yeah, for lunch. And guess what? Guess how much somebody on SNAP get? Only $6 per day on average. And he gets $79. Huh? That's his SNAP benefit. His SNAP benefit must be nice. And he makes six figures, over 270,000, I think, or 170,000, I forget what it is. Six figures it is, plus all the perks. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir, we're going to get on you. So that means he making more money. Only people making more money than his food stipend, lunch stipend or whatever, is people with 100% rating. Is that fair? And he's trying to gut these benefits. They're at least trying to get rid of 60 and below, and anybody that's 70 above. If you're not combat veterans, they want to get rid of that too. You say, "Sound, how you know?" Because all of them are speaking in unison, saying the same thing. They've had the meeting before the meeting about the meeting. Let's talk about it, fam. They keep hopping in and out this room. See, they ain't nothing but lies from all of them. All these so-called veterans talking against these super soldiers talking against our benefits, liars and hypocrites. You hear what I said? But H-Town, in the words of my ancestors, I'm the lie killer. I'm the knowledge gangster. And any of you coming up here talking about, because that's why they've been trying to get in here without subscribing. They want to come up in here and debate me. I only debate my equals. All others I teach. Now, we can have a discourse, but you don't want to play with me like that. Huh? Don't let the Southern accent fool you. I know game when I see it. I know hustle when I see it. Huh? Did you hear what I said? Now, listen to what, yes, brother. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tell you about that. I know that I knew that's going to make him mad, yeah. They call it a general stipend, so they can do all type of stuff for it, right, with it. But one of them, an example, is they can use it for their dry cleaning. Charles to say, dry cleaning stipend, I had to pay for my dress uniform cleaning on active duty, no stipend. On active duty. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. But you know, they have to look good in front of the cameras, right? When they're trying to gut our benefits, they got to look good doing it, brother. Huh? Hypocrites, all of them. Hypocrites. Huh? Hypocrites. Oh boy. Now we're not going to watch this video, but we sure about to watch something else. Did you hear what I said? We're about to watch something else, but they should have done something in this video that they didn't do. And that's Sib Dib and Veteran Info Tap. They should have went in on that dude. You know, when you had the chance to do it, but he had to talk with them before, and you know, they kind of danced and they fussed at him a little bit. But I agree with you on this. Now you got to go in hard. The heck of whether you get another interview. They trying to use y'all to credentialize or to legitimize him. You don't allow nobody to come amongst us as veterans and get legitimized that's greasy, that don't have integrity, is not respectful, and always talk. You watch people that talk about morals all the time, like Gade, but have none, empty. You understand? Now so family, fair use. This is for educational and informative purposes only, fam. Did you hear what I said? Oh, I hadn't even started. Let's get to it. Now let's get to this here, fam. We're going to see what's going on. Breaking news. Is it really breaking news, though? That's the problem. Let me see. Yes, indeed. All right, let me see. Let me get to it. Let's get to it. Yeah, we about to get to this tonight, family. Oh, they over there. Our brothers are sweating like prostitutes in church on a Sunday morning. Huh? But I know H-Town told y'all, did he not? Oh, God, dog, fair use, family. This is for educational and informational purposes to help veterans understand. So, family, oh, there go my brothers. Man, when they had him in the cross, when they had him, I ain't gonna say it, when they had him in front of them, they should have dealt with him. And they understood where it was. Well, I don't know if they understood where it was going, but everybody copying, please now. Everybody copying, please. Let's get into it, family. Y'all ready? Let me know if you can hear the sound. Hear my brother, Veteran Info Tap, and my brother over there, Sib Dib. They still my veteran brothers. I ain't mad at them for that. But I'm trying to teach y'all something that we can't play. You can't play with a snake. Huh? Now let's talk about it.
And both of us have covered it substantially, and so it's all in our minds now. This prolonged, what seems to be, I'm just gonna go out there and say, a coordinated attack on veterans' benefits.
Now hold on. Did I not tell you already? Seems to be it is. Did H-Town not connect the dots and tell you that there was a coordinated attack, all of them working together? I don't know if I used the word coordinated, but I told you all of them had a meeting before the meeting, about the meeting, and after the meeting. Did H-Town not tell you that? Did I dance? Huh? Did I pussyfoot on that? Did I tiptoe? Or did I go right at it? Let us know. Now let's get going here. Got to make some room for this here. I want to hear what my brother's talking about. They must have saw the light in the holy dark room. I know the contradiction of being a dark room, right?
That's kind of it's kind of been there for a while, but now it seems to me, Clay, like it's gotten worse than it's ever been. Before it would be maybe an article, one article, maybe it was the fruitcake over at West Point and the guy from Stanford that wrote something. I can't remember.
See, they keep not wanting to mention their name. Here, H-Town mention their name. The fruitcake over here, the guy at Stanford, the guy from West Point, the chicken on the wall, the gorilla behind the bed. Come on, the elephant in the room. Call it what it is. You hear what I say? Call it what it is. Now, brother Charleston say, yes, you did, H-Town. You were spot on. Huh? I'm telling you. H-Town may be a visionary, but visions are scary. Huh? I have what you call a word of knowledge. I know game when I see it. See, I got pimps and hustlers in my family. Hardworking people too. And they studied people based on what they were, not what they wanted them to be, or not what came out of their mouth. The Bible say, consider the end of someone's conversation. Huh? And it also say, be wise as a serpent. That's one time the Bible speaks positive of a serpent. Wise as a serpent, but gentle as a dove. Huh? Al Capone, the gangster, I know I'm quoting Bible and a gangster, but he had a powerful statement. So please, I'm not trying to be immoral. Al Capone said a kind word and a gun will get you farther than a kind word alone. Huh? Let's talk about it. You can't be playing around with this here. Coasty in the room, say evening, H-Town and family. Everybody showing love to my brother. So this is impromptu, an emergency meeting, my brother. Let's talk.
Remember the guy's name now. So they did a hit piece like a year and a half ago, and maybe we would see the things from the Congressional Budget Office, you know, where they're just, you know, hey, if you cut this, you'd save that. Okay, well, yeah, no kidding.
Sib Dib laughing, but this ain't no laughing matter. You know, they kind of trying to play around it, you know, tiptoeing. You know, you got to stay on. This is business here.
But we're not. So let's move forward. Now we have.
Oh, hold on, fam. You know, they monetized, so you know how that go. So give us a second here. It's going to pop up a few times because they are monetized. Give H-Town a second here. So family, that's how that's going. So let's get back to it. All right. That's going to happen because thank God they are monetized and handling their business.
A barrage, what feels like a coordinated attack. And I
keep saying it feels like. See, I'm a grown man. I don't deal with feelings. You understand? I deal with evidence. I deal with the conditions on the ground. I dream of confrontation with the enemy. I hate I said that, but I'm telling you, I dream of it. Because I've been waiting for people to sit here and attack us. They've been attacking us behind the scenes. I want them to come out and say how they really feel. I want them to say it with their chests. They've been doing their dirtbag stuff behind the scenes. All the stuff that y'all been exposed to, you right on them ships. And they didn't do nothing about it. All the things that Vietnam veterans was exposed to. All the chemicals that were on those ships, including Agent Orange, that were brought back here and docked stateside in many of these bases that not just held the military members, but their families also. And they've been dragging their feet in dealing with this. Then they finally, I don't know who it was, they finally had somebody either in Congress or some other people who pushed and got that PACT Act passed. Who was the main people behind that PACT Act? We need to thank them, because when that became an effective tool, now they want to destroy it. Shout out Senator Tuberville, PE coach. Come on now. Now let's talk about this. Charleston say, Coasty, Congress gets free dry cleaning. Yeah, I brought that out tonight, Coasty. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trigger my brother. I brought it out. I wasn't, because I knew that was going to sidetrack the conversation. It's other things that they get. Promise me that y'all not going to get upset. They get all kind of stuff, and I'm going to be breaking it down, family. Yeah, they get free dry cleaning. They get a stipend to do just about anything they want. Remember, on ships, humidity would make mold grow on uniforms. Did not know that, my brother. We had to pay for dry cleaning ashore. Uh-oh, now you making Coasty mad. Didn't know that, Charleston. I do remember uniforms at sea. Yes, indeed. See? I ain't trying, boy, y'all gonna be hot. Now y'all take y'all blood pressure medicine once we do this.
I even feel, Clay, like slowly there's more and more government officials that are starting to get on this, we'll call it a bandwagon. That is scary. Mm-hmm. It is scary because what is the end result? What's the end game here? I want to.
So you got to stop dancing with it, my brother. The end game is to take our benefits. Gabe told y'all the last time he was there. Last time he talked to you, when he talked to you, get rid of it. Only compensate people with disabilities. He was right there on the screen with them. I can see this here. Huh? A bat can see this and they can't see. Come on, man. You know, it's right in front of you. If your woman says, hey, I want to move my ex-boyfriend in, he's just going to stay here for a while. That's your message right there, that she's done. Ain't nothing else to talk about. Ain't nothing to say about that. You're going to argue about that. Then she call the police, put you out the house, and move him in anyway. No, you don't say nothing. So when people playing in your face, you just listen, like I did with that Mr. Expert troll until I checked him, right? And he had to come back as several different personalities, we would say, dressed in several different clothing attire. Woo! Did I clean it up?
To just throw it over to you, I mean, and just kind of like, let's walk through it a little bit, you know, and we'll walk through kind of where we were, where we are, and where we could potentially be going. And again, this is all to preface, we should preface this with file your claims now, because that's the only way that you're going to be, there's no real grandfather clause, but essentially, that's what it is. There nowhere does it say grandfathered in.
No, that's not cool. That's cowering out. I think these two got Marine veteran info tab. No, we're not rushing nothing, because if you take from the young veterans, if you just worry about I got mine, we're gonna be back in the same situation. Let me come up on this screen. No. I ain't gonna just worry about my immediate situation. That's what's got us here, right? Lieutenant Colonel Gabe only concerned about himself. That's what got us here. People like Dakota Meyer worry about himself, got that $100,000 a year from having a Congressional Medal of Honor because he played the game. That's what's got us here. So why in the world would I worry about just grandfathering myself in, and all of these veterans, young veterans who are coming back or still in the military, who's coming back that need that help? I'm going to turn my back on them worrying about what I got. You know, they used to say something in my community. Now I'm kind of off code, but I'm saying it, that I couldn't stand when I was growing up. The baby boomers did it. I got mine, get yours. I found that very insulting, because they didn't just get theirs. They got grandma's house. They got grandma them didn't have nothing but the house and the little stuff that they had and left it them. And they sold most of the houses off. The baby boomers did. So they had grandma and granddaddy who would watch the children for them. We got to pay all type of health care. Did you hear what I said? I mean, we got to pay all kind of daycare, $2,000 and $3,000. Huh? None of that was happening back then. The baby boomers were the first one to be the bastard baby makers. That's why they passed law. Many of them didn't go to jail for child support. Oh, that's different now, huh? I ain't trying to rag on the baby boom. I'm just telling you. That was some. So Sib Dib did a piece about Senator Shealy. Shealy, I sent you an email about it. Yeah, he speaks on it. Yeah, we're going to definitely do that. Send it to me again, okay, brother? And we're going to go, because I think that's one that's talking about combat veterans only once you get it. They're doing it on all fronts. Remember, the reason that Napoleon lost because he was fighting a war on two fronts against England and Russia. Remember, the reason Germany lost is because they was fighting a war on two fronts. No matter how good your military is, if you don't have backup and resources and you're depleting them by fighting on two fronts, you're going to lose eventually, no matter how good your technology is. You feel me? Now, listen, our next veteran from Venezuela war, yeah, it's going to be, and they're going to try to not get them no benefits, but we got to beat the drum because they're going to want to know where we at. I thank God for the Vietnam veteran war baby boomers, and they spoke out as soon as they got back from Vietnam because they were treated horribly. And I saw them on the street, video of them speaking out. Huh? Now let's get back to this here. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Costa, send me that again, brother. I want to go over that. I don't know if I misplaced it or something. I'm sorry. Now let's get to it here. I'm talking y'all, I ain't got the thing.
It doesn't say that, but the bottom line is that they're not going to come back to you most likely and rip things away.
Well, no, they're going to come back to you after they get rid of the young veterans benefits. They're going to come back and rip our benefits away if we allow that to happen to the younger veterans that are the veterans that don't have their benefits yet. And then they're going to go to the Medal of Honor winners, and Lieutenant Colonel Gade cut his contracts, and they're going to keep all the money to themselves. See, once they get through with their tools, they break them. Do you want to be a tool of this machine to destroy our benefits?
So you want to walk us through it a little bit, Clay, on these coordinated attacks?
I do. So I do want to give some background information. So first, I was a PSYOPer in the Marine Corps.
So he was in PSYOPs. He going to kind of tell it. Something that I already knew. You understand? But he gonna sit and kind of confess it. I kind of told y'all about it before. Okay, when I told you, when I was on the front line, wasn't no special forces in front of me. They would do their stuff at night, hide and disable the tanks, thank them for doing that. But it wasn't nothing between me and the enemy but air. And I didn't have no plush place to stay. You understand? Now listen to this. He kind of dances around for a while, but listen.
Did my time there, that matters. And then when I got out, I taught psychological operations, and then I taught information operations. And just a quick one-liner on what information operations are, or IO. It is the ability to gather effects from different people to achieve one goal, right? And so using information. And it's crazy.
No party parties. None. No combat party parties. None. Absolutely not. You don't have time to make them. Before the war, they dug trenches. After the combat, before combat operations, they dug trenches, and we was in these tents, 3-man tents, but only we had 4 people on the tank, quite uncomfortable, right? Then after the war, they would cut half these, whatever they call those drums. Y'all know them big drums. They cut them in half or cut them in third And, you know, from there, and then we have to use diesel to burn it and stir it up. You sure right. But during the war, no.
See how we start with the kind of, I'm going to call them vet bros, right? There's a few Navy SEALs out there that are like fraud. This was 3 years ago. Frauds everywhere, blah, 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 blah. But
they gonna get to it. What I showed you. What did I show you? They gonna get to what I've been saying the whole time. Fam, what did I show you? They gonna get to this right here. That's what they're gonna get to right there. They're gonna get to how he saw them ranking veterans based on their MOS, based on their rank and their combat status. Did you hear what I said? Didn't H-Town cover this 8 months ago? Come on now. Yeah. You said it. See, I'm not. We got Brother Joseph. We cutting up in it tonight. We going over it. They trying to attack our benefits, brother. Brother Joseph, show love to him. He said, hello, Brother H-Town. Hello, vet family. I want, if you still in here, we about to get to you in a few minutes, Brother Dogface Soldier. So we know in a little while we're going to get with you. I hope you're able to come in. Now, listen, Charleston said that, gee, I guess we sailors had it easy after all, always ahead, flushed with seawater and a little salt, but okay. Yeah. Nah, y'all had y'all problem out in the water. I wouldn't want to be out on no floating nothing because there's mines all out in the water. Y'all have to make sure y'all shoot those cannons right and not hit us. And y'all do an excellent job. So we need y'all to have toilets. We need the Air Force to have stuff to keep them comfortable. Listen to what I'm saying. We need the Navy and the Air Force to be comfortable because if not, you know, we don't need y'all shooting over our heads and y'all are uncomfortable. You know, y'all already have enough stress on these ships. No, that's for a reason. You understand? Coach say 55-gallon oil drums. That's exactly what it's called. I forgot to say it. All right. Sorry. Thank you. And they saying hi, Coach saying hi to Brother Joseph. Let's see what they talking about our benefits here. And now they reading the tea leaves. And he was all this expert PSYOP guy. Why he didn't call this out? I'm not a PSYOP guy. Why he didn't tell us about this 8 months ago when H-Town did this live stream on this here? Huh? I'm not even a PSYOP guy. But I told y'all, and people probably thought I was paranoid or crazy. Let's get back to this.
Nothing came out of it. Okay. Nothing came out of it until what really started it, to be honest with you, was the Washington Post and their 5-article hit piece. Because that is.
Now, what that did was trigger it. Okay. Understand something. During the LA riots, the riots was not about Rodney King being beaten by the police. Let's get something straight, family. Okay. What happened was Tonya Harding, a 15-year-old girl, was unalived with a .357 by this Korean shop owner. And they gave her probation. Of course, this business wasn't there no more. So they was waiting for justice. The people of black people of LA, they was waiting for justice, and she got off. The girl just walked. She said she was fussing about something. Still something that was right there. She said, "No, I don't want to buy nothing from you." She walked out with all the stuff right there, and the lady knew it. She got mad because the girl did say, "I don't want to talk to you," and shot her in the back of the head. A 15-year-old girl, black girl. And so when that happened to Rodney King, it was filmed by a white man from England, and the rest is history. During that, I don't know if y'all know that, they also had riots in Canada. Did you know that? I didn't know. It tripped me out when I saw that. Go look in Quebec and Toronto, however you say it. They had it over there. So they have unrest up there. May not be as severe down here. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. He saw, that was the trigger. When the Washington Post did it, all these other high-level elite VIP veterans speaking against it. Then the Washington Post slammed this out, and everybody act like they're not cool with each other, but they are. And they over here talking about get your money and get it fast and easy and all this here. Now they ain't talking about that right now, are they?
That's an established news organization, right? Like that's not an Instagram reel or a Facebook post. It's the Washington Post. And it got so much attention that sparked a Senate hearing. And at that Senate hearing, there was someone, his name's Daniel Gade. You may have seen the interview on all three of our channels. If you haven't, I would absolutely go watch it. It's probably one of the best interviews I think it is the best that we've done, at least. But you'll see the talking points that he made.
What are he smiling about? If this guy's being destructive, how is that a good interview if you're not neutralizing him and getting the information out and shutting him down with it? Letting him talk like a goofball. And why would you refer somebody back to his channel?
And then once you start doing some digging, you're like, oh, this guy was on this commission to overhaul VA disability during Obama's term.
Throw it as hard as you want. Go on.
All right, fam.
Watching it.
All right. Give me a second, because it's gonna be because they got okay. Yeah, they got what you call him here? They because they monetize, they got commercials. Give me a second. All right, let me get back to it now. Thank y'all for your patience.
And you're like, oh, they wanted to overhaul VA disability during the Bush term.
So they all know, he know all this here now. Now he know all this. He talking like he connecting the dots because they nervous now. They knew the hustle in the game. They've been planning this. I didn't know that. Now he telling all. Mr. Psyop, Sib Dib telling it all now. They've been wanting to do this since second Bush was in office, but it was too many wars going on. I told y'all after every war, they want to get rid of veteran benefits. Come on now. Listen what Charleston say. I'd rather they interview Senator Tammy Duckworth than Gade. Yes, indeed. Yeah, now that would have been a good idea.
Now, the reason those two admins said no, because we were smack dab in Iraq and Afghan, right? Like Iraq was happening. And when someone says, let's start cutting VA disability, that's a no-brainer. The answer is no. And then you fast forward to Obama. And keep in mind, I'll speak for the Marine Corps specifically because I was there. That like Helmand Province was happening in 2010, 2012-ish, leading into that Obama term, right? And so you look at cutting VA disability then, let's kick the can down the road. Well, guess what, Jason? Now the war's over, right? The war's over. And then out of that Senate hearing with Daniel Gade, we have Senator Tuberville. And this is the first time, and I use the term vet bro as kind of degrading. I don't mean it that way, but it's just like hey, you're someone on Instagram, you really don't matter that much. Senator Tuberville, who's on the Senate Veteran Affairs Committee, making a recommendation to reinstill the VBA Commission, which, by the way, would overhaul VA disability. A good example of that is we have sleep apnea at 50%. And the change that's going to happen is going to 0. And the reason it's going from 50 to 0, which you might not like it, no one likes it, that's fine. The fact of the matter is it's going to 0 because when treatable, there's no loss to compensation.
Now listen, that's a whole bunch of who shot John, babble. Listen, he can talk as calm as he like to. Where was everybody talking about Tuberville? Who was the only one talking about it? Who was the only one talking about Senator Tuberville? Fam, if y'all knew somebody else talk about it, let them know. Who been ringing the bell on this guy for the longest? If you know somebody else, let me know. Everybody want to holler his name now. Who been talking about Tuberville? Let us know. This Senator Tuberville. Yeah, he behind it. He had his own playbook. Oh, he was a coach. So he been designing this thing, whoever hipped him to the game. Come on, family. Huh? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I saw that slickness. Can anybody come up? Anybody want to talk about this? I saw the setup, man. Who they think they dealing with? Come on, man.
Right. And that's essentially what the VBA commission would do. It would take all these high disabilities and say, your mental health that's rated at 70, you still have those symptoms, but really it should be at 30, right?
So they say you still have the symptoms, but they will pick and choose. And guess what? My black behind gonna be reduced because guess what? They pick and choose who they want to have it. And they just did a study last year about how blacks are discriminated against when it comes to VA disability. You think that's gonna stop? Now that everybody's starting to get an even playing field with the PACT Act and other things, here we go. Here we go. They're going to change the rules. Yes, indeed.
Like I'm just kind of spitballing
right
here.
Because think about it for a second. Who's going to be on this commission?
Yeah,
right.
Not us.
It's going to be people like Dr. Gade.
It's going to be white men, mainly white men. Yeah, they're going to be like y'all to an extent. But you saying Dr. Gade, you had him on your platform, but you didn't check him. You didn't make an example out of it. Y'all so busy, people so busy worrying about me and what I'm saying. I'm an American. I'm not a Benedict Arnold. I love this country. But you don't like what I say because of my experience on this soil. Well, guess what? These people are not loyal to the soil. These are Lieutenant Colonel Gage. They loyal to themselves. So y'all play around with them if you want to.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's the commission. So that's the very first time where someone who has a voice in the federal government brought up a recommendation that can substantially change VA disability. And when that happened, it didn't stop there. All right. Now we have Senator Sheehy going on podcasts.
That's the one you mentioned, Coasty.
Talking about.
All right. That's the one, Senator Sheehy. Yeah, I think I may have put something up about him. Fam, you keep on playing. I'm telling you, people coming to me now, and you know, this is that and this is that. A lot of white males come talk to me now. I be different places, they want to talk because the birth rates are going down and they're bringing in other people. But you've been isolating us and you flooded the people to take what we couldn't get the job. Now you want to talk about how good Americans we are. Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm not going against other people. You the one created this. Y'all created this problem because when we wanted those jobs, you say we didn't qualify. But you get the people that don't qualify and they get to work on the roads and everything. And many of these buildings are built shoddy. And 10, 20 years later, you're going to see how bad they were built. Many of these homes were built awful by undocumented people, and they're going to be up out of here. You took the trades out of the schools for young people to go get trades, and you get these people do it. Yeah, they playing with the channel now, family. You hear what I'm saying? This is the second time they playing with the channel. Yes, indeed. They did that on that last one. Give me a second. What y'all think about it? What we doing here?
Trying to be nice here. But essentially, he said, if you're not a combat veteran, like direct combat veteran, you're nothing and you don't deserve anything. You know, you should serve and go get a job. Now,
where have you heard that type of talk from? That's what we've been saying. If you're not a combat veteran, man, get out of here with that. Come on now. Hold on. That gets kind of slick and kind of concerning, because I did tell you that Benedict Garner was a combat veteran, but an immoral and corrupt individual that was not patriotic. Patriotism and fulfilling your military contract is what matters.
And when I watched it, I was like, first, you're assuming that veterans don't have a job to begin with. Every veteran I know has a job, right?
Right.
And two,
now, I like that point that they made. That veterans, I like that what Sid Dib said. That yes, veterans, most veterans work anyway. That's a good one. Let me see a second point, but I'm gonna get to this here. Yes, H-Town, you 100% correct. Now they screaming no trades and poor enlisted recruits. What the F? Huh? H-Town saw it, because this ain't my first rodeo, and I listened to my elders. What happened when they got back from Vietnam? What happened when they got back from the Korean War? What happened when they got back from, what's that one happened in the 80s? It was a conflict down in South America. Do y'all know the name of it? Was it Grenada? What was that thing happened down there? It was a little circle patch. I know one of my family members had it. It was down somewhere. And what happened in World War II? Once the war's over, what do? They try to reduce the size of the military and prevent them from getting the benefits. Thank you, brother.
Separation of class, where you have combat veteran, everyone else who doesn't matter. Okay. And
now he's talking about it. Hold on, family. He's saying, listen to what he just said. That where you have combat veteran, fair use, family, fair use, and the other veterans that don't matter. Listen here. Listen to this here. He's saying this now because they sweating like prostitutes in church. They're not talking about get your 100% easy. Okay, Grenada. Okay, Grenada. We had it there. Yeah, y'all did. And they talk about how, and they try to ignore doggone the Coast Guard, and y'all be handling y'all business. Shout out to the Coast Guard and the Navy, salute, and the Marines and the Army, salute. All of you that were, oh yeah, there. That's what it was. Charleston say Grenada and Panama. I was like a teenager in high school, and I just wasn't really paying attention to stuff. So I do apologize, but I had girls on my mind. I'm sorry, but I respect y'all service. Y'all were putting it in before me. Thank you. And please forgive me for being a teenager, worried about girls. And so back to that again. Listen to what he says here.
the job, right?
Right.
And two, there's this separation of class where you have combat veteran, everyone else who doesn't matter.
Now, this is the first time I heard him say that. He may have. I don't watch all the videos. I haven't really heard nobody else say that, but who? Uh-oh. H-Town. Combat veteran, special forces on the top. The female, the non-white male veterans at the bottom, and non-combat veterans way at the bottom. Come on now. I don't distinguish myself from my fellow veterans. We all serve, and serving honorably is all that matters. Come on now, fam. You think I'm playing that? You think I'm gonna let somebody separate me from Charleston, from anybody in here? Y'all my family. Because heck, I want to visit Massachusetts. You hear me messing around, Coasting? Yes, indeed.
Okay. And then, and you look at where that's coming from, and he was a SEAL. Okay. And it's like you have all these people who.
He was a SEAL. Doggone Chris Kyle was a SEAL. Huh? Sean Ryan was a Navy SEAL. Huh?
Were in these really high operating environments, living a cush life. And I know that sounds crazy, but let me explain that.
Oh,
So,
now he wants to tell it. See, H-Town ain't getting the detail. These people live in air-conditioned areas. They pop out when they need to complete the mission, but you got to kind of put them in plush areas because if they're going to be doing such strenuous things, you can't have them eating just MREs all day. They don't show you that many of these special forces, we didn't see them out there. They were somewhere chilling until it was time to complete the mission. But I understand the mindset. I'm not digging them for that, but don't sit here and talk like you was crawling in sand all day or in dirt. Now he telling it. Look at see if they're about to tell it.
So there I was. We're on story time right now. So there I was. I went to Syria originally with 3rd Battalion, 6th Marines, which is an infantry unit out of Lejeune. All right. With that was Fox Battery, which is an artillery unit. And we were, I'm not joking, inching our way towards Raqqa every 2-3 days, digging holes, zero quality of life. We were going number 2 in an empty ammo can, right? Ammo can comes in the inside. It comes with like padding. So you basically zip tie the padding on the outside of an ammo can. That's your pooper, right? That's the life we're living for like 8 months. It sucked. It was miserable. The water's hot. It's so hot that the plastic melts. And when you drink it, you can taste the plastic. Like no showers. That's the environment we're living in. As a PSYOPer, I was with them attached, just doing some PSYOP stuff. That's a different story.
So he's saying that he was in PSYOPs like regular, some type of infantry, I'm assuming. But then he went back to what a special forces was, and he was surprised at how they was living most of the time.
Anyways, that also required me to go back to, we call it the chocolate factory. It's where all the soft dudes were at. So all your Rangers, all your high-speed dudes, they were all there. Let me tell you this, Jason. I go back there. They have a chow hall there. They have AC in their trailers, not even tents.
He's calling special forces like the Rangers and the Navy SEALs that's out there soft, call them chocolate, soft guys. They live in plush lives out there. I never saw it with my own eyes, but I knew they wasn't around me and I assumed it. Now he's confirming it.
And that's the reason they had that stuff is because they have money, by the way. They're able to embed a unit, and those are the types of operating environments that high-level operators are in, right? And so
basically, they gave more value to special forces and all these people than they did the regular sailor, the regular soldier, the regular airman, the regular Marine that did all the dirty work.
A good example of that too is if you ever seen what's that sniper? Oh, Chris Kyle, right? If you ever seen Chris Kyle,
he didn't accidentally bring up Chris Kyle. He did not accidentally bring up. He's bringing up all the people that I've talked about. Am I right? Nobody felt comfortable saying anything about Chris Kyle having a plush life or saying anything critical of Chris Kyle until, I'm talking about as far as a veteran channel, until H-Town did it, huh? Come on now. They made a movie that glorified him, and he did some things, but I know the deal, huh? Chris Kyle did what he did, but he was an habitual liar, huh? He lied about a lot of things, especially about that he punched Jesse Ventura in the face. He lied about what medals he earned, and he lied about sniping black people off of the Superdome during Hurricane Katrina. Lied about being carjacked by 2 black men in Dallas, and he killed both of them. No, just all these fantasy things. So honorable service is more important to me than war stories. I don't condemn people that are flawed, but I don't have no respect for people that lie about things and about civilians. He's talking about he shot right on that building to the right, right up there. He was up there and he shot over 30 people. His fascination with black people was off the chain. Huh? And now, all of a sudden, that I brought him up, now they talking about him. Everybody I'm bringing up, they bring up a lot of people too. H-Town was on this thing first.
You'll see him in Iraq doing his sniping stuff, and then he goes back and eats at the chow hall and then has like AC in his trailer. It's exactly like that. Not an exaggeration. Meanwhile, 3-6 and Fox Battery is out here to stick the spear, getting it. And yes, there's a money issue. And it's funny to me.
In the next 12 to 24 months?
Yes, a money issue. They'd rather spend the let me add that to this. Let me get that on. Yeah. That really was this that affect our morale. I mean, they can't bring us no hot food, MREs all the time. That stuff mess with your stomach. Now listen, Brother Charleston said only AC compartments on ship was CIC and crypto. And boy, when those electro spaces got hot, who they called 2 o'clock hour with me and out of the rack after 12 hours work. Yes. So here's the thing. You can't have a ship. People be dead if you don't have some kind of air conditioning on it. I don't have no problem with them having air conditioning. I have a problem when you downplay other people's service. That's the only problem I got with what they're doing. That's the problem I got. Don't act like you were suffering the whole time. Because I told y'all, we wasn't doing nothing all the time. We was chilling and relaxed. Hold on, let me see. I got to get this. I don't know. He just kind of. I don't know what he said. I'm trying. Yes. Yeah, I got to blame myself too, because we've been allowing people to get away with this for a long time. We kind of been, well, okay, whatever. They kind of, we like, hey, you got the Medal of Honor. Hey, you a sniper. Okay. Yeah, trying to show respect and appreciating the sacrifice. But sometimes you be creating a Frankenstein that'll turn on you, right? I mean, a Frankenstein's monster, because the monster in the book was only called a monster. Frankenstein was actually the doctor.
And then you're like, oh my goodness, you're a senator. And then you start connecting the dots. And then what's crazy is what the Washington Post said, what Daniel Gage said, what Senator Sheehy said, what Senator Tuberville said. They're all using the same language. And so the idea is, are they talking to each other? Right? Or did they?
Of course they're talking to each other. They was talking to each other right there. He even mentioned, Gabe mentioned talking to him. Yeah, they from the same state. You understand? And you had him right in front of you and you didn't do nothing. I'm telling y'all guys, y'all keep jumping in and out the chat. I mean, in and out the channel. I get a new view every time you leave and come back.
Just happen to say the same things. And so whenever you look at the term PSYOP, that's what's, I wouldn't call it a PSYOP as a PSYOPer. I get that. But I would also argue that any release of information through specific time and space is influential at its core. And that's essentially what's happening. And so you're kind of, let me say one more thing and then I'll pass it to you. I got on my PSYOP kick now. There's a thing called conditioning. No influence happens with, no change happens without conditioning. So conditioning, you have the Washington Post painting a bad picture on veterans. Whether it's true or not, completely irrelevant, because the general public sees the title and say, hey, why are veterans committing fraud? You know, they don't go answer the question. They just have veteran fraud.
Yep.
That's the same thing now, right? And then you see the Senate hearings. Then you see Senator Sheehy going on very popular podcasts and talking about how, you know, the only people who deserve benefits are those who gave the most. And you start seeing this like social class system in the veteran community where it's like, hey, you're good enough to get benefits. You're not good enough to get benefit.
What did H-Town say? What did H-Town say? When I did this over 8 months ago, saying that what? You good enough to get benefits if you are certain people. H-Town been saying this for the longest. Nobody really took it serious or didn't know it was a serious threat. I did. I've been looking at this, that they're going to rank special forces, combat veterans, military officers over female veterans and non-combat veterans. They don't even mention female veterans. They don't even mention Miss Senator Duckworth. They don't even mention her. And I'm talking about these congressmen and stuff. Let me let this here play.
That's what's happening, and that's the big deal. And that type of conditioning, when legislation is introduced, like the Edmondson-Breyer Act, where it takes away a VA benefit, make no mistake, it takes away a VA benefit, it kind of softens the blow where it's like, well, these people are more disabled than you, and you're a nobody, so they should get the benefit. And it's like, okay, well, how the heck did that happen? Well, you see the information behind it. That's how it happened.
Yeah,
that's kind of Monday morning quarterbacking, but I do appreciate them giving the detail. You know, if you knew all this, you should have been saying it all along. But you wasn't really talking about it because you probably thought it didn't apply to you.
You know what? It's.
Look at this. Just look. If this had come.
Oh, Lord, this thing here. All right, family. Let me see. I'm going to pull it back up. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Have my family bring me some water. I know what they fussing about. Now, family, what are we talking about here? Okay, what's going on here? They copping pleas now. And we're going to get back to it here. Now we're going to start here and we're going to get to it. When they had the opportunity, I say a lot of these people are hypocrites and liars, so you can't really deal with them like that. When they had the opportunity, family, to deal with one of them and make an example out of him, they soft shoe. Yes, indeed. Class warfare, veteran edition. They always use class warfare. When this country was first founded, black people and white people were working together. The poor ones was. And so what they did, they had to divide them. The elite white class started telling them, hey, you're better than the poor blacks, because they had several rebellions with black people and white people fighting together. Bacon's Rebellion. So they want to divide us as veterans now. They want you are special if you are your MOS is Special Forces. You are special if you have certain decorations or highly decorated. You are special if you was an officer. You see, we have Crimson Alumni 4 comes in here all the time, just down to earth, loves us, and we love them. Come on now. Because we can only do this together. Huh? Let's talk about it. Family, we covered this 8 months ago. You can look at it at the beginning of this live stream. We talked about it. That's right. We can't let them do it. And we can't let them use age either. They want to use age also. So we got to look out. Look at, didn't H-Town say they're using these people to crash out? Didn't H-Town cover this? Now everybody, Monday morning, quarterbacking. Yes, indeed. Let me get that music back on, fam. I ain't have it on. Fam, we ain't playing with this thing. What did H-Town say? Remember this? Now think about this. H-Town said, are war stories more valuable than honorable service? And all of you in here said that honorable service was more valuable. Have you changed your mind? Let us know. And that's Senator Tuberville. If you in Alabama, you need to contact him. Don't let him get slick and have you fill out all your information. You call in or email, because they want you to put everything in and get all your stuff so they can know who you are. You need to, hey, stop making it hard to talk. Senator Tuberville, you can speak for us now. You don't want to speak to us. Get with him if you live in Alabama. We need to call him anyway, because he's using the game plan like he was when he was a football coach, Mr. PE teacher. And they're using these combat veterans, as I've been telling us all along. Now they're confirming it. Huh? Combat veteran. I saw, H-Town saw this. Now, what do y'all say? Have you changed your mind? What's more important? What's more important, war stories or honorable service? Let us know. Have you changed your mind? Should you, if you feel like you fall in one of those groups that they're focusing on, which should you put first? Huh? Come on, fam. So tell us, which one is, which one do you say is more important to you? Honorable service of a veteran or war stories? Let us know, family. Let us know. I say, to me, honorable service. Let us know. And they're trying to make VIPs out of veterans. If you're certain veterans, you're a combat veteran, if you are special forces. And they want to do personal recognition, not mission completion. We all are part of completing the mission. and those doggone super soldiers. That's the VIPs they want to create and manipulate as tools. Look at me, what I did. And they using them to pick a fight with us. And you know they're hypocrites, because look at Gabe. He's exploiting every benefit he can get as a disabled veteran, while saying he doesn't organize his life around being the disability identity. You hypocrite. You hypocrite. And he called disabilities junk disabilities, even though he has disabilities that he's service connected for. Hypocrite. Oh, my boy here. Which is more important, family? Coaches say honorable service. We got here Dakota Meyer. He got his payout. You know, he's been looking for an identity for a long time. Now he can live. He say what? The expectations of a Medal of Honor recipient. Wow. And he spoke greasy about us. He's another one that said, stop paying people to be broken. System rewards pain. We have to stop confusing sacrifice with suffering. Well, what is sacrifice if Congress is backing you? What is sacrifice if they giving you a plush life because you're a useful tool to attack veterans? Then gave him that $100,000. You ain't heard from him since, have you? They gave Medal of Honor winners $100,000 and 100% disabled veteran make $48,000. You know, oh. Let me see your family. Give me a second. So it kind of started with him not saying that he was the one that wanted to do this, but they used this hero worship. And he was just one of the people that they used. I'm not saying he agreed with the manipulation, but I'm just saying. Time out, family. Brother Dogface Soldier, if you're in here, let me know. Time out, family. We're about through. A lot of this stuff, how do you know when they're being truthful to you and when they're lying? And what can we do to convince the average American that all this stuff that they're saying about us is lies? Let us know. Let us know, my family. And they sitting here and taking us as veterans and doing what? And family, they're making the word veteran a dirty word, but we got to make them those that betray us. We got to put, they can't sling mud without getting some on them. Your service is honorable and I appreciate you. And my question to you, my last question, other than the title, my second to last question, where is Doug Collins in all this? Where is he? I'm going to contact my local newspaper and TV stations. I need to do the same. I need to do the same. Yes, indeed. What do you think we can do, family? This is a good one that our brother's saying. And come on in, and we're going to try to pull our brother up here. We're going to send him Dogface Soldier. Hopefully, you know, the link works. Oh, yes, I see that. Radical dismantle. Thank you, my brother. Yes, indeed. What is it about that milk carton that cracks y'all up? What is it about it? Because y'all know when we were young, that's what we used to see everywhere. That was our internet. What is it about that milk carton that just cracks y'all up? I don't know. What is it? Coasty, that just cracked. Let me see what Coasty said about that milk carton. And you know, I don't want to ramble. I need y'all because my brother, I sent him the link. It's sent to you now. He say he's on the milk carton. That's where he at? He's on the milk carton. Old school media got milk. Yes, indeed. That's where he at. He ain't nowhere but on the milk carton. Coasty a mess. Coasty, you are a mess. When they're doing this to us, family, where's they at? Where is it? Because you don't see it anymore. Nah, that's right. You don't see it anymore. Where is it? And we notice when we getting attacked, he's somewhere, because he said he put veterans first, but a hit dog holler, he only said something when they attacked him and the administration and the job was he was doing. When the Washington Post criticized him, now all of a sudden he can speak. Before that, he couldn't comprehend nothing they were saying. When they was talking greasy about us, he was quiet. Don't speak up now, Pastor. Don't speak up now. We got, yes, indeed, family. We need to make sure that we are prepared, because if you're unprepared, you're unsafe. And we're going to start right there. Now we're going to go back to this here. Yes, indeed. And we're going to pull our brother up, and we thinking, let me pull my brother up. There you go. We're going to turn this music off, fam, because we want to hear what our brother's saying. And we got our brother Dogface Soldier. Dogface Soldier, how are you doing, my brother? Hold on. How's it going, brother?
What's going on, my family? What's going on, H-Town? Thank you for having me live, man. Man, breaking news as usual, huh?
Yes.
They never seem to amuse me.
Let me tell you, I want to say to you, this brother gave me this link to this information, what was going on. So y'all give a special thanks to brother Dogface Soldier for being vigilant and paying attention to what's going on around him. What about this situation really piqued your interest?
Yeah, just having these veterans that are going up and going in Congress and being recognized, but knowing how their motives have been. For example, I remember on the InfoTap or the channel that we're watching right now, they're talking about this. They're trying to deny veterans benefits all the way back to the Bush administration. But the reason why it hasn't proceeded because of the war, so they had to stop it, and they had to give patriotism to the veterans because we're out there fighting. But this has been going on for such a long time. I mean, we're talking about the Bush administration. Now that we're in a hiatus in war, nothing's going on. Now they're focusing on ruining us veterans what we deserve, and it's very unfortunate because these people have not stopped ever since, and it's sad because they're choosing these people to put up in high places so they could delegate everything that's happening with us. So That's
Okay.
but I'm glad that the cockroaches are coming out to light, you know, and we're really exposing these people and who they really are, you know.
See, we need them to come out. See, let me tell you something. One thing I learned
Right.
being on this earth, I never had a problem with Trump. Trump is Trump. Trump gonna show you how he feel, and at the same time, he might do some things that's beneficial to us as black people. We ain't tripping on him because we know who we dealing with. But when we were dealing with a Biden, his best friend was the head of the Klan, James Byrd. You understand?
Right.
So he said, "I'm a Democrat. I'm with y'all," but always saying greasy stuff. I'd rather somebody be upfront, tell us how you really feel. And brother, let me ask you this here: what do you see dealing with this situation? Why do you think everybody's coming out and saying stuff now? Some people are coming to speak, like Sib Dib and Veteran Infotap. Why do you think they see it as a dire situation, or that? What do you think their concerns are? You don't have to speak for, but what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I feel what I've been seeing in the podcast is that their concern is because these people are rubbing shoulders with Congress, with the people from Congress. They have a lot of influence, you know, and they have a voice to speak against in our behalf, you know. And if they're talking bad about us and trying to demean, demoralize our well-being, they could care less, right? Because they have their hands in a lot of big names, big people's pockets, you know.
Okay.
And it's very unfortunate because these are the same people that supposedly were up in arms with you years ago when they were in the service, but now all of a sudden, now that they're rubbing shoulders with Congress and congressmen and doing things against our better will for our life, that's when there's a conflict of interest, you know.
Okay.
And that's what we have to bring it to attention for all of us to be aware. And I'm glad info and Civ is doing what they have to do, you know, and bringing it to the attention. And you as well, each time you're bringing it to people's attention, so we could be aware and speak to our congressmen and fight for what the rights that we have, you know, because they're not going to do it. Who else is going to do it? You know, it's content creators like yourselves that bring in awareness to other veterans, so we could put it into these people, you know, because like I said, they're wolf in sheep's clothing, and we're really exposing them for who they are, you know.
Yes, I want to ask you. I'm gonna show you a few slides, and I want your comment on them. How do you feel about them ranking veterans based on their MOS, their pay grade, their combat status?
I feel it's
you're a combat
ridiculous
veteran yourself, but how do you feel about that?
It's ridiculous because, like I said, not a lot of veterans that served overseas, are perfect. They have all their bodily fluid. Everything is good. There's everybody's injured in their own way. Just you joined the service, you sacrifice your life. Doesn't matter what branch it is. You're sacrificing your life for a bigger cause, this nation, and a lot comes with it.
Yes,
And a lot of times we're not properly equipped. A lot of other service members are not properly equipped, and that doesn't mean just because you go overseas that you're disqualified to become a disabled veteran. There's so many jobs out there that are non-combat. They're very hazardous.
Yes.
And give them props for them to do what they have to do. Wake up every day and do the mission, and they do the mission proficiently. So for them to rank, because you haven't served and you don't deserve this and all that type of stuff, it's completely ridiculous. It's phallus, and it should be discarded at all costs, and it shouldn't be taken serious. And that's exactly what we have to bring people to attention, that everything that they say and trying to categorize everybody in a certain, category is ridiculous.
And then, I'm a combat veteran, but my main problem is mental health. Some people would call me weak because I didn't get as many physical injuries, and they would say, "Hey, you came back in one piece, so you really are weak because you allowed your psychological state to be compromised when you're not missing any body parts, And so
this is
brother.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Go ahead.
It is a slippery slope. Yeah, it's kind of like when you get out, like for me, example, you know, when I got out and got back to Garrison meaning when we got back to the States, a lot of people didn't wanted to admit all the issues that they were having because they would look at that individual as weak. And these prior service members should know better, right? Because
Yes.
they probably experienced the same thing, peer pressure, and not wanting to admit for all the deficiencies that they had because of them serving overseas. So it, you know, like I said, you know, that's a fallacy right there. You know, they have to always you know, be with the veteran, and it doesn't matter, like I said, if they served or not, or if they were in the States. They all had a mission to do, you know, is to protect the citizens of the United States. You know, it's selfless service, and that's a greater thing than anything out there. And for them to label you in that way and neglect everything that you stood for and everything that you've been through is ridiculous.
Yes. Now, what do you think we need to do to get our voice out there? Because they're trying to silence us and have other people speak for us that may not necessarily have our best interests in mind. Family, what do y'all think we should do? What do you think, brother? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Like I said, you know, bringing awareness, like I said, with these channels, just like InfoTap is doing with his platform. He has about 300 servers, and he's bringing awareness.
Yes.
You know, share this to everybody, even with Congress. You know, have people be aware of the veterans or on the veteran side. You know,
Yes.
and not be swayed on the minority, which is them, to have them delegate whatever we have going on.
Yes.
You know, it's got to be the majority, you know, and we're the majority, you know, to be honest, you know, and we're the ones that are speaking out and saying this is ridiculous, you know.
You're kind of Borging, because I want to hear what you're saying. You're kind of Borging a little bit.
Do you hear me now, bro?
Now, what did you say that again? Okay. Say that again.
Yeah. So just to put an end to this nonsense, you know, we're the majority, they're the minority. We have to you know, step up and bring awareness and spread the news as much as we can, because
yes,
like I said, these guys don't have the right to say or to be or speak in our behalf, you know, and talk about our benefit, downgrading our benefits like if it's nothing, and categorizing us, you know.
They need to speak for themselves, not for us. How do you feel about that even Senator Tuberville, who's spearheading a lot of this and platforming it, he gets a stipend of at least $79, but it's up to $92 every day for his meals. And that's kind of so, and that's more than a disabled veteran if you would divide it. A disabled veteran rated 90% if you divide that over 30 days. They get $78, a quarter less. So just for food.
Can't you believe that, brother? Yeah.
Is this man,
that's
you think he ever calculated this? You think he ever thought about what I put up on the screen right here?
No way, brother. This is ridiculous.
Huh? And thank the veteran. I don't know if it was which one of y'all. I believe it was either M.G. Smith or Jay Oliver. One of y'all brought this to our attention, and thank you. Listen at that. So he get more for lunch than a 90% disabled veteran get. Huh?
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy what power does to individuals, you know. Very sad what's happening.
Jay Oliver did it. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening, bro.
Yeah, no, man, this is crazy, you know, like, and we have to put this to the attention, you know, bring these facts up, you know. These are facts. These are not feelings. These are not speculation. It's not subjective. It's you know, it's facts, you know, and you have to put it out there. Hey, this isn't right. And I wouldn't be surprised the same people that are getting all these benefits are the same people that are trying to down us and trying to take away our benefits, you know, and we really earned it. While they're out there sitting in the office collecting paycheck and trying to delegate ridiculous policies, you know, we're out there suffering. We're out there, you know, going through a lot of stuff in our own individual lives. And it should be the opposite, man. We should be praised by everything that we've done and not touch it. I don't even know why people even bring these conversations in the first place about us, you know. Like, it's like the old saying goes, keep our name out of your mouth.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
they don't like, they jealous of the fact that we get this money and they don't.
Yeah.
They
There
feel
you
like
go.
because they have some control over the money. It's like somebody that works at a store and they treat you like they own the place. They mistreat you and disrespect you. And you say, well, hey, you got my order wrong. Well, no, you have to buy another one. Hey, you the one messed it up.
Yep.
So we have to expose these people. We got to go straight at the ones that's doing it. Senator Tuberville, he's not the only one. There are several others, and we will be exposing them too. And people say, well, H-Town, you gonna be a target. I'm already a target. We all are targets.
It's like they're reaping from our sacrifice. That's what it is. You know, everything that
Yes.
we've been through, we're giving it to them. You know,
And
and that
go ahead.
yeah, that has to be brought up. It has to be brought up saying, you know what, we're not going to take this anymore. You know, everything that we sacrifice, people are taking advantage of of what we've been through. And then on top of that, they want to take away everything that we've earned through the time and service and all the injuries that we acquired. It doesn't have to be
Yes.
physical. It could be mental and everything, you know, and they're trying to
Yes.
categorize us. I mean, that right there is insane, you know, and I'm
I
glad that,
feel
you know, you and a lot of people out there are doing what they have to do.
Thank you, brother. See, they even talking about they give them. Well, they also get dry cleaning too. They get miscellaneous money to do all types of stuff, including dry cleaning and all these type of things. So they get every perk that they can get, and they make six figures.
On top of that,
go ahead, brother.
yeah, dude. On top of that, they make six figures, you know. And I know that this comment section, man, they're disappointed in what's happening with these people, and we got to push the issue so they don't get up in office, you know. And it behooves us to do what we have to do and get these people out of office, you know, and not
just
for them
said
to,
it.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Look what Coach said. Veterans will remember when these senators come up for re-election, and you make them bow the knee.
Yep.
You need anybody that's listening to us, anybody share with your family, tell them how these senators are mistreating veterans. Because they're going to come back, they're going to give you the big head call. Hey, big head, vote for me. They're going to be at your doors. And what you going to tell them? Where were you when they were trying to strip our benefits away? Mm-hmm. Where were you when they had other people speaking for us, but they wouldn't allow us to come to Senate and speak for ourselves? Now you want my vote, but you've been mistreating me this whole time.
Heck yeah. You vote for them as you're voting for the enemy. Bottom line. Woo. You know? That's what
some people say, well, you gotta vote for somebody. No, you don't. You can stay at home. No.
Hey, what does the Bible say? Don't cast your pearls into the swine.
No.
Right?
And
that's what you're doing.
Because guess what? If you're not actively involved in the system, they're going to become frantic. They want you to buy into the system. Yes. Am I lying? So they want to mistreat you and that's get your vote. Now, listen to what I'm saying. You say if you stay home, that they going to get to do. No, we vote our interest. We want tangible things. We want what Dakota Meyer got. Tangible money, tangible benefits. What have you done for me lately is what the women used to say. Huh?
And you always got to think it. You always got to think of it like this, H-Town. We do, you know, we have busy lives, we have busy schedules, we have obligations in life and everything like that. So we have to do what we have to do in life to survive, right? Yes. These people sleep, eat, and crap damaging our benefits. You know what I mean?
Yes.
While we're laying down in bed, while we're hanging out, you know, doing what we have to do, doing miscellaneous things, they're out there plotting and planning to destroy us as veterans. You know, you always have to think of it like that. The enemy does not sleep. You know, so we have to bring awareness to everybody every day, constantly, to get these people out of office, to not to get these guys elected. You know, we have to stand our ground. And now that we have the privilege to use social media, the privilege to, you know, have connections where we never did 20 years ago. Yeah, I feel like it's our obligation to speak out, and to bring, like I said, bring awareness to everybody, share it for everybody, because this is serious, in our behalf. It's so serious, that I never, like I said before, I never thought it was ever going to turn out this way. I thought people had respect for veterans, but it seems now it's very prevalent that it's not the case,
What they
So,
see us as?
we have to do our due diligence.
There's no war right now, so they see us as an unnecessary expense, money that they can put in their coffers or to pay their shields. Now, listen to what Charleston said. We're gonna get ready to wrap up, and let you say what you got to say. Let me see here. Charleston says, "It's political. My congressman, 10th district, Scott Perry, an officer, Army, said only Democrats only serve to run for office. Last year, he put out." Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so that's what we got to come. We ain't gonna be voting when we gonna get them in the voting booth, because these people done went ham. They went all the way crazy. Now I'm gonna let you have the last word, brother. We're not gonna keep you out tonight. We may not have a live stream tomorrow.
Okay. No, but I'm glad you were out today live and bringing this good information, for you to post this good information that I sent you, brother, and I'm really happy. And just remember, these politicians, these people that are rogue in my eyes, they see, just like someone mentioned earlier, we in their eyes we're an unnecessary expense. So in definition, that and it equals to expendables. We're all expendable, right?
Yes.
In their eyes, and we have to we're discardable, and we have to put it to their face, saying that we're not discardable. We have a voice, and it starts over here in this chat, in this podcast that you're doing, H-Town, and it starts with info, and it starts with Sid did what's his name?
Sid Dib.
The Marine.
Sid Dib.
Yeah, it's hard to pronounce his name. Yeah, but they're out there in the forefront. You guys are out there in the forefront. Yeah,
I want them to I want them to keep speaking up, but we have to be consistent. Not when we get back in a corner. You got to do it all the time. You can't be soft shoeing and tap dancing, because what we got to watch out for, if they get a bag or they offer them some money, they might start saying, well, we ain't got to do this. So you got to be careful when people, they'll talk a good game. And so I want to see where they go, but I appreciate what they've done so far. Now I'm
exactly. I give them props, brother. Yes, I give them props, and like I said, just like you mentioned earlier, brother, the more you push, those cockroaches are going to go back into the where they came from, back into.
And guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna turn the light back on and stomp them. Go pull back the couch and stomp them out. And metaphorically speaking, we don't play with no cockroaches or none of that. We're gonna.
Heck no, we're gonna have to use some of that raid.
Yes. And the raid gonna be our vote. So, brother, I'm gonna let you have the last word.
Hey, much love to everybody that's tuning in, brother, and just don't forget to share this information. Very important. Just like I shared it to H-Town, it's very informative, and transparency is the key. Like I said, H-Town's being as transparent as possible, putting out information. It's not feelings, but it's facts, and that's exactly what this channel is about, man. So just share this channel to everybody else so they could be aware and subscribe. So the more veterans that we have, the more awareness that we have, and and it's going to make our voice even stronger to go up against these people. So that's all I got to say, man. Much love again, and you guys have a happy Merry Christmas and don't get you guys.
Happy New Year. Hey, everybody show love to our brother Dogface. So thank you for being instrumental tonight. Thank you and helping us do this.
All right, brother. God bless, guys.
God bless. Now, family, we're going to get ready to close it out. We're going to say we thank y'all. We know, we understand that, there was impromptu, but we want to thank Brother Charleston for being here tonight and holding it down. Brother Coasty, we just did one last night, and we thank y'all. Y'all pretty much the ones holding it down. Been several people in the chat, and Brother Dogface Soldier. So, family, we want to thank y'all. We want to appreciate, and we will go into more detail. This is a thumbnail. We're gonna do a live stream on Senator Tuberville and some of the contradictions. Our brother Charleston say, thank you, Dogface Soldier. Yes, indeed, family. Any last statements, comments, or concern, let us know, because we're going to get ready to close it out. Coaches say, thanks, Dogface. And I want to thank y'all because y'all give me the energy. Wasn't planning on going on night. This was a last minute. I did this like an hour before we did. I can't believe I did that. I got all this together. But and we will be covering this, dealing with that lunch stipend and other things that might irritate y'all. Family, I want to thank y'all, family, and we want y'all to have a wonderful night, and we appreciate you for everything that y'all have done, because we've been getting it in, have we not? We've been making it happen. And so we're not going to keep you much longer, and we want to thank y'all for everything that you've done. And until next time, family, we're probably going to be back on Sunday. But keep your notifications on, and we'll see you on the next one. Good night.